Toru Hagakure is the best girl in My Hero Academia, and I'm here to tell you why. First, a little background about myself, and the timestamp if you want to skip to the juicy parts. I am a failed attempt at a writer, and as such I like to think way too deep into stories and characters. The way I write characters is that the personality comes naturally through them. It's the last thing I consider. I give characters traits I want them to have, and I think how their lives would have been with those traits. A super quick example. What if there was a girl that was super cocky and smart and was born in privilege? She's probably hiding her own insecurities because her life of privilege gave her a self-worth problem. Maybe she was taught that she is just better than everyone else and can't cope when things don't go her way, or someone is better than her at something, because in her mind she really is supposed to be better, even if deep down she knows that's not the case. Then what if she was middle class? What if she was poor? Where was she born? And so on. My choice on character would have to complement the story. Most of the time I didn't add all this backstory. It was for me to know what the character would do in the situations I'm presenting them in. With that background, you're probably suspecting that this is more of a theory than anything related to facts. And yeah, you're kinda right, but it's something I really like to do. When people say that Toru is best girl, it's probably because she is invisible, and that's fun. Even the author first thought of invisible man, but decided for her to be a girl because it would be more fun. People that dismiss her from such status as best girl do so because they say she has no personality. She actually has a personality, but it's just bubbly, happy anime girl. I get where these people are coming from. She has a personality aside from that. Even if its purpose is mostly comedic, the personality is there. She is cheery and optimistic and tries to not let her quirk define who she is. Most invisible characters in fiction wear masks or bandage so you can see them, but Toru does not. She wears clothing any other person would wear. She's just a girl in her mind, which is greatly exemplified in the scene where she gets embarrassed when someone sees her undress. Here I started to wonder, where did Toru come from? She probably comes from a middle-class loving family and had a fairly standard life, but being invisible would pose some difficulties in some ways. Most of us had childhood crushes, and most of them were due to circumstances or simple appearances, or hey, I like her. Some even went on quote-unquote dates. In a world where quirks are common, not many boys would have been interested in Toru. She does the opposite of standing out. Most people at her school would have grown used to her quirk. Since she wears normal clothing, chances are that if a teacher asked something and she raised her hand, the teacher wouldn't have seen her. Not on purpose, it's just her quirk. People couldn't see her. So in her youthful mind, she made the decision, either consciously or subconsciously, to try and be seen. She's cheery and optimistic, and she let those traits run free. When raising her hand, she probably started shouting here. Her normal cutesy attitude went outwards, letting it be seen in her cutesy room. She's loud and energetic. If she is feeling something, she doesn't keep it to herself. She is proud of who she is. This worked in the universe of My Hero Academia. Because she has friends, she is going to one of the most prestigious schools out there. She is leading a happy life. There is irony in her story though. She doesn't want to let her quirk define her, but in striving for that, her quirk ended up defining her if you see it in a certain way. She wanted to be seen despite her quirk, so in a way, the quirk made her grow as the person she is today. This isn't sad though, because we are who we are, and there's no superficial external change we do that can really make a difference of who we are at our core. But instead of letting her quirk define her, she took a hold of it and grew as a person with her quirk, because that's still part of who she is. There is a sad irony in her story though, but it lies in the real world. In the universe of My Hero Academia, she attained her goal, she is happy, but in the real world, to us, the viewers, the consumers, the ones that have the debates about who is best girl, she didn't. In the beginning, I mentioned the reasons people have for her being best girl or worst girl, and that is exactly my point. In her efforts to not be defined by her quirk, in her efforts to be seen as who she is, she became a trope in our eyes. Just a fun quirk, or just a generic bubbly anime girl. She wanted to be seen, what became more invisible to us the viewers. This is why I see Toru Hagakure as the best girl in My Hero Academia. But that's just a theory. Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I doing with my life? By the way, none of this is canon, it's just the way I interpret the character. Thank you to Cupid Dissolvi for making the drawings, talented artist, you can see it here, all the links below. I took way too long to make this video, so yeah, goodbye, thank you.